Hi. Are you that parent who shies away from talking about child's body safety? Or probably you're that parent who sticks to the myth that it's too early, or you don't want to scare your child with this topic because sometimes, basically it looks into sexual matters. Wow. My name is Jane K. Samuel, and today I want to talk about children body safety. This topic is very broad, and I do not intend to dissect it in this one video, but I want to look into one subject of discussion that we look into when we are teaching children about body safety. And the subject is good touching and bad touch. No. Wait. Not good touching, bad touching, but safe touching and unsafe touching. You can say unsafe and not unsafe touch. Talk about safe and unsafe touching rather than good or bad touching. The fact is, using the terms good and bad requires the child to make a moral decision, which can be very conflicting, as very inappropriate touching sometimes may not feel bad, and very inappropriate touching sometimes may feel good. So when you use term good or bad, it conflicts, it brings confusion to a child. In fact, also, number 2 of it, the use of the term bad can make a child to feel guilt. The child may feel ashamed to tell about what happened because when we term it as good or bad, it may sound as if the child is the one who did the act, and therefore they will feel ashamed of telling to an adult or reporting about the unsafe touch. So a better approach is to talk about safe and unsafe touch. And you can use the example of a swimming suit where you tell your child that nobody should touch them, the parts that are covered by their swimming suit. And remember, for your information, it is also good to note that a child's mouth is also termed as a private part. So let your child know that they should not allow anybody to touch the parts of their body that are covered by their swimming suit. In fact, I want to believe at this point that every parent has taught their children how to properly name their body parts using the proper names. If it is an eye, let it be called an eye. If it is a nose, let it be called a nose. If it is the stomach, let it be called the stomach, and so on and so forth. So let your child learn the proper names they use to identify the different body parts, both for the girls and for the boys. And this makes it easy for you when they come to report about somebody having done some touch. The point where they name the body part, it will make it easier for you to know which part was exactly touched inappropriately. So, unless in special cases, for example, when they have a visit to the doctor and a checkup has to be done, and in such cases, a parent has to be present, a guardian, or even a trusted person in their safety network. Any other time, let the child know that nobody should touch their private parts. Nobody should touch the parts of their body that are covered by their swimming suit. I want to say that the conversation shouldn't only be about touching. When we talk about safe and unsafe touch, it is also good to educate children about indecent exposure and exposure to pornography. Because we may forget about this part and remember, safe and unsafe touch can emanate from such exposure. It is important, therefore, that If I use the same example that no one should touch your child where the swimming suit covers or their private parts, no one should ask them to touch them somewhere that their bathing suit covers. No one should ask them to touch them, their private parts. Yes? And no one should show your child a part of their own body or someone else's bodies that the swimming suit covers. And basically, this means no one should show your child, as you teach them, tell them that no one should show them any image or any video of another person's private part. No one should show them videos and images of other people's private parts. So it is important to remember, as we talk about the safe and unsafe touch, it is important to remember that inappropriate touching can happen between children. Yes, not just between an adult and a child. Do not be exclusionary in your safety talk, where you just mention men, women, where you just mention adults and children. Remember, as I have said, it happens between children also. So when you're talking about this safety talk, ensure that you stress that no one should do these things with them. No one should do these things to them. And I say, it doesn't matter who. No one should do it to them. In summary, what I want to say is that when we are teaching children about safe and unsafe touch, it is good to use proper names for our body parts. They are not weird. Every one of us has these body parts. So it is important to use the proper names. Their mantra number 2 should be, my body is mine. I am the boss of my body. When they know this, they will be able to have the right to say stop or to say no to any inappropriate, to any indecent, to any unsafe, and to any suspicious touch, because they know that their body is their body and they are the bosses to their own bodies. Number 3, let them know that no one should look, touch, or play games with their private parts. Yes, and that applies to anybody. It applies to anybody. Let no one look, touch, or play games with their private parts. And them too should not look, they should not touch, they should not play games with other people's private parts. And that will help them to always be safe and know the lines not to cross. The last one and not the least, no one should ask them to keep a secret when they touch them. Let your children know that there are good secrets and there are bad secrets. If a secret makes their heart to skip faster, if their secret makes their tummy to have bubbles, if the secret makes them feel unsafe, it is not a good secret. Any kind of unsafe touch should be reported. They should tell about it to an adult. They should report it to an adult.